Oh my god. Miss me? The fucking dead is alive. This is so sick. Oh, you been better than you. Certified dope.
Yeah. Nick, you want to show me what's happening on the Miata?
So what's happening on the Lotus?
Yeah.
Yeah. Put the whole thing together. Went to put some hoses on yesterday. Realized Mikey, my ex-partner, fucking crew chief, left the oil gallery plug out and bolted the front cover over it.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah. So I'm hacksawing gallery plugs in half, trying to fit them in the frickin' hole. So I am in hell, okay? H-E double fucking hockey sticks. That's where I am.
Yeah.
When you're hacksawing brass bushings in half, it means you're in hell. Because this is absolute bullshit. And unfortunately I took so much off this one that now I can't drive it. I've actually taken so much off, the drive's not even here anymore.
Oh.
Plus the OD now is small. So I'm gonna have to put like a whole bunch of goo on there and hope for some miracle. Or I have to take the oil pan off, the pulleys off, the front cover off, and start all over again.
Huh.
This was not too bad to put on. This was absolutely brutal to put on. And this was obscene to put on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thought you loved heads.
This is the most complex head in the world. Why are you like this, okay? See this, how it doesn't turn? Look
Yeah.
at this. No keyway. So you set up the valve timing, you need to be a genius because there's no marks. So you just need to know.
Huh.
360 degrees I could be wrong. There's only like 1 or 2 degrees where I'd be right. If I get it wrong, all the valves crash into the pistons and the motors jump. So no keyway. When you put this cam box on, there's 32 little pieces that can fall into the engine. They told me to buy bar magnets and to stick the lifters to magnets so I could do this. Well, I didn't buy bar magnets, I just went as quickly as I could. But it was so high stress putting this head on that it looks really simple, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible. Then I went to put the dry sump on. They said I could have all this on before I put it in the car. Well, this has to be off. The dry sump goes through the motor mount. This pipe actually goes through the motor mount. So there's no way I can have it on to put it in the car.
Oh.
Even though the book says you can do this. When I went to put the dry sump pump on, the tube was too long. So it interfered with this tube. So this is oil. I had to take it off and cut the tube off, not get any filings in the pump. This is a Cosworth pump, dry sump pump, really trick. So there's no oil stays in the oil pan. You see how there's no oil filler cap? It's welded shut.
Wow.
So you put the oil in a tank and the oil gets pumped into the engine only as it needs. And it gets sucked out of the engine with this pump as fast as it drips into the bottom. So there's never actually oil in the pan. Really trick. Same as aircrafts. Aircraft quality oil system on this $100,000 car.
So why wouldn't more cars do this?
Cost. And the mechanic pulling his hair out trying to put it together. Cost is the only reason. When I built my race car, number 96, I dry sumped it. My engine wouldn't last until I dry sumped it. The pump for my dry sump cost $1,000 US for the pump.
Wow.
The oil pan you have to custom make, and then the aero equip, it's about a $5,000 to $10,000 upgrade to your motor to dry sump.
Wow.
That's why people don't do it. That's the
sense.
only reason why people don't do it. I like to dry sump everything. I wish my rotary was dry sumped because it makes such a difference in longevity.
Yeah?
Yeah. There isn't an aircraft anywhere in the world that's wet sump. They're all dry sump. Now, if you know if aircrafts do it, you know it's right. You don't need to argue. It's right. Nobody runs oil in an oil pan except for goofball North American guys. LS. They don't dry sump. They dry hump. We don't dry sump.
Those
These
are small
just
too.
race cars. These were outlawed on all the tracks when they came out.
Yeah?
They just ripped everybody with a street car because it's just a race car that's allowed to be on the street.
Mm-hmm.
But working on it looks pretty interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, we've got to do the drive. You're supposed to do the... You can't take the drive shaft out without taking the rear suspension out.
Why is that?
Because you can't get it in the hole. So you have to have the whole rear end out to get the drive shaft in. Well, that's nice, but Mikey didn't bolt it up.
Okay.
Not bolt it up. So somehow, if Nick would get his seat out of here, which shouldn't be in here, it's been in here for ages, there's no reason for it to be here. But
Workbench.
It clearly
clean off
makes...
the workbenches, and you have a workbench. I cleaned that one off yesterday. It's already covered-ish. They've already taken it over. You don't need 10 workbenches, you need one clean one. Now you're working here making filings where I'm building an engine. So I don't appreciate that. You know, it's bullshit. Everything's a dirty bench. Like, I'm trying to do engine building, and you're making filings on my engine building bench. This is an engine building bench. You want to make dirty? Take that thing that's not bolted on there, clamp it on the welding table, and make your filings in one spot. Think about race car shit. You have to think like a hospital. You can't think like a plumber. We won't win any races if we think like plumbers. So I made my first plug to try to get in there. And it gets in there, but it's too small, and so now I'm trying to make my second plug. So I'm cutting plugs in half now, trying to get them to fit in the gallery. So now I'm going to make another attempt at the next plug. They're $4 each, every one I wrecked. I've wrecked one so far, and now I'm on number 2. And I have to go to the store to buy number 3, so I'm hoping this one might work.
What about sanding it instead of cutting it? You considered that?
It'd take too long.
Well, yeah, it was the same with that.
And it wouldn't be flat. I can hacksaw like a machine.
Yeah.
Dead straight. No one else can, but I can. This is one of my favorite tools.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is. This and a file. That's how I built that cover on the fuel pump on there. It was just with this. If you look at that plastic cover on the fuel pump there, the block up plate.
Right here?
Yep. That's built with a hacksaw.
Oh, I can see.
Yep.
Don't say I can see it. When he
What?
says it's built with a hacksaw.
Well, it's not perfect. You can tell.
I can what? I can tell.
Yeah. It's built by hand, by an artisan. That's me.
I didn't mean it as a bad thing.
Yeah, I know.
Saying you did good.
Most people won't work with this tool because it's old school. I love it. I love sawing. I'm a sawing fool. They used to call me Hacksaw Jim. I'm not joking.
Hacksaw Jim.
Hacksaw Jim.
Alright.
Because I grab this tool way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a whole arrangement of different teeth, blades, and I love my hacksaw. Hacksaw Jim. He's our man. Oh my God, look at this. You know what the sad part is? Means I could have made it one tooth bigger. There's 3 different ones to choose from. I might be able to take this aluminum one and grind it down. Take one cut off of it. Yeah, being this one's too small. This one will fit, and that one there means it may fit. This is looking better than it did when I started. I didn't think I had a chance of getting any of these in. I've been having trouble sleeping last night over it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, this gets to you. When I put this cam box on, after I put this cam box on, and I had a chance of disturbing 32 pieces, when I went home, I just felt, I was so beat mentally. I went home, I couldn't even stay awake. It kicked me so bad, the mental energy it took to put this head on, I went home, I just fell asleep.
Yeah?
I was so kicked from it. I couldn't even stay awake. It just took so much out of me.
Wow.
I know. I'm never like that. Like, it kicked me. I'm usually really indomitable, but it kicked me.
Looks good though.
Look, when I put the thermostat housing on, I couldn't turn the cap. Hit the head. I had to cut the ear off. Like nothing fits. Even though this is a kit, everything has to be massaged. And you have to be handy. This is only Mikey. This is a motor from a race car. So this should be in a race shop. Now he put this in this car. This car normally doesn't come with this.
Oh, okay.
This is way too complicated for club guys.
Yeah.
It's almost too complicated for me.
Wow.
It's not, thank God, because I understand this.
What is that?
This is what I'm going to be putting on the crankshaft here, and I'm going to be dialing the valve timing in with this. It's a degree wheel.
Oh, okay.
This way I can make sure this camshaft's going to be exactly split between these two to the degree, and I'm hopefully not going to bump the valves when I turn it over.
Oh, okay.
It's huge valves, giant cam, and high compression, so the valves and pistons
Just,
super close to each other,
yeah.
which gives me very little margin for puffing up. There's a very small puff up margin on this job. Well, now I can cut so little off this plug that I'm going to have to grind it because I don't think I can hold it in the vise and cut that small amount off. So you're going to get your way. I'm going to grind the next one. Well, if I get this done, then I can move forward. The only thing I seem to be missing at that point is the flywheel bolts, and the motor can go in the car soon. So that would be really exciting. And then I got to build headers.